We've already established that starting a new business is no easy task. So why would anyone want to start one? And especially now. Well, you have freedom to manage your life, freedom from structured hours. If you want to work at 3 o'clock in the morning, you can. The challenge. It's an amazing challenge that entrepreneurs they have to have that challenge in front of them. They want to pursue an idea. They have a great idea. They think they're maybe the next Ron Popeil, and they need to run with that. They need to show off special skills, so they have special skills. I know a lot of IT and web people that got their start because they were IT and web people before anybody knew what they were. To gain respect and recognition. If you walk around your community, you'll find business owners, entrepreneurs tend to get a level of respect that everyone else doesn't get. It's the way the American brain is built to think. They're bored with their current job. Been there, done that, know what that's like. And reality is, which is one of the reasons that I started my first business. And they have no better alternatives. I've got a client that had to start her own business. She got laid off from corporate America, and after 6 or 8 months, the funds were starting to run a little bit thin. Working on losing the house, bankruptcy, the whole thing. Decided she needed to take what money she had left, start her business, and after 3 years, I'm proud to say she is successful. In fact, she's gone to exporting internationally over to Europe, Ireland, and England specifically. Possibly more now. I haven't talked to her in a couple of months. So sometimes you don't have a choice. You kind of have to do that. Now, here's what we used to call the Ben Franklin method. Pros on the left, cons on the right. And these are just a few of the pros and cons we came up with. And, feel free to expand it as you think of things. Some of the advantages, you've got higher independence. You can work at 3 o'clock in the morning. If you need to take off at 2 in the afternoon to go to a ball game, you can do that. If you need to make a dance recital or a PTA meeting, you've got some independence there. More income and profit. You're not the low man on the totem pole. At the end of the day, when all the bills are paid, the profit can be yours. Pride of ownership. One of the strongest things that actually drive entrepreneurs. And future wealth potential. Absolutely. Growth of the business, sale of the business, expansion of the business, offshoots of the business, any number of ways for future wealth potential with that. Some of the downsides, however, you remember that independence where you can work at 3 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes you have to work at 3 o'clock in the morning. When it's your business, you own it. It's yours 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Christmas, New Year's, Thanksgiving, Groundhog Day. While some people may be off, you may not be. You have a lot of responsibilities, and I'll cover that in another slide a little bit later. Business climate changes that you have to deal with. You've got to deal with competition. You've got to deal with some seasonality in your business, and there will be some, regardless of what business you have, there is seasonality. You've got a lot of bosses. You thought you didn't like the one you have now? Now you need to deal with the local, state, and federal governments. Your suppliers, your banks, your customers, your investors. There are lots more bosses that you need to answer to there. So again, that's why we do the pros and the cons. And I get the question, is now a good time to start a business? The economy's terrible. I don't have enough time. My dog just had puppies. It's cold outside. There are probably 1,000 reasons for not starting a business and not starting one now. Here's a few of the reasons to move past those fears. Right now you've got some weakened competition. Businesses are actually, business starts, I should say, actually are actually receding. They're down about 10% for the year over last year. Real estate is cheaper than it was, say, 10 years ago. It is slowly going back up, but it is cheaper than it was. Corporations are cutting back, even with the market going back up again after our wonderful recession. Corporations are still cutting back. I'm seeing layoffs all over the place still. Loyalty loosens. Very few loyalty-driven customers anymore. Not you used to have your Ford guys, your Chevy guys, your Pepsi guys, your Coke guys, and the world would pretty much have to come to a stop before they changed. Not so much anymore. Very, very little loyalty, although there are some people that gain that customer loyalty, and that's a good thing to have. Customers are looking for alternatives. They want something different, something better. Your efforts will stand out. Again, I'm going to go back to that. You're 1 in 350 million people, 0.6% of the population. You're not even the 1%er. You're the 0.6%er. And in bad times, people start businesses. It's Procter & Gamble, Walt Disney, Microsoft, Apple, McDonald's, GE, J&J, all started during either a major recession or the Depression. So if they can go, and some of these, and I can tell you, were actually started in garages, and at least one at a kitchen table. So I can tell you that the possibilities are there if your why and your drive is there, and you know what you're doing, and you get a good start with it. Now this slide tends to scare a lot of people, and understandably so. It shows some of the responsibilities of being a business owner. Not everyone, and I'd wager most people, don't have skill sets in all of these areas. You don't need them yet. And the Academy will help you develop many of them. Some of the things you're responsible for are organizing, planning, monitoring, marketing, selling, producing your product, bookkeeping, locking the doors, opening the doors, find, train, and keep people, sweeping the floors, washing the dishes, whatever it takes to run that business. You're responsible for it, whether you're physically doing it yourself or you've got someone else doing it for you. Ultimately, it's your business, it's your baby, it's your responsibility. So don't let it scare you. These are all skills. They can all be learned. We'll see you in the next video.